Royal Television. We inspire.
The time is 12 o'clock. Good afternoon. You're listening to the media update on RoyalFM 95.1. Ilori. The headlines. President Buhari demands more action on multinational task force. In the Senate presidency, APC shifts meeting on consensus candidate. Governor Fayose forgives outgoing lawmakers. 15-year-old dies aborting 5-month pregnancy. On the foreign scene, Libya factions call for national unity government. Sports, 2 Nigerian children selected as Champions League mascots. I am Adirayo Dada. The news continues shortly. Welcome back. You can also listen to this news update by downloading the RoyalFM radio app for BlackBerry, iOS and Android phones from their respective app stores. The news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has called on member countries of the Lake Chad Commission to redouble their efforts to intensify the operations of the Multinational Joint Task Force, MNJTF, was established to tackle the Boko Haram insurgency. Speaking on Thursday in Jamena during bilateral talks between Nigeria and Chad, President Buhari noted that the security of Nigeria and her neighbors was basically linked, thereby necessitating cooperation on security issues in a robust and sustained manner. The president, however, expressed optimism that the MNJTF, which comprises Nigeria, Chad, Niger, and Cameroon, will be able to secure and stabilize all areas affected by the Boko Haram insurgency when it becomes fully deployed and functional. In a separate development, 14 opposition parties under the aegis of the Credible Alternative Alliance on Thursday in Abuja said it was too early for the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari to rely on foreign countries for support and direction on certain policy issues pertaining to governance. The CAA, which also includes 13 civil societies, restated the resolve to provide a credible opposition. The choice of Nigeria's next Senate president may be creating a rift in the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) as a meeting scheduled between the members of the party's National Working Committee and the party's newly elected legislators was postponed till Saturday. The meeting, which was scheduled to decide on a single candidate for the position of the Senate president, was to hold at the International Conference Center in Abuja. It was learned that the meeting was shifted to buy more time to meet with different caucuses of the party on the issue in order to agree with one voice on who should be announced without any rancor. But ahead of the meeting, 35 of the 40 senators elect present in a meeting of the Senate Unity Forum on Wednesday have reportedly formally written the party of their unflinching support for Lawan Akume joint ticket. However, some elected APC senators have expressed reservation on plans by the leadership of the party to pick a consensus candidate, even as the jostle for leadership of the Red Chambers had already divided them into 2 major groups called Like-Mind Senators and Senate Unity Forum. Both groups are supporting the candidature of the 2 major contenders for the position, Senators Bukola Saraki and Ahmed Lawan. Still in the news, the Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose on Thursday bade farewell to the outgoing members of the House of Assembly, insisting he had forgiven them for attempting to remove him from office. Fayose said this in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Idowu Adelusi, even as the Assembly's tenure will expire today. Ekiti State has been under siege for the past 3 days as thugs said to be loyal to Fayose blocked all roads leading to the Assembly complex to prevent the 19 All Progressives Congress lawmakers from sitting with the aim of impeaching him. In the meantime, a federal high court in Abuja has reserved ruling till today to decide whether it has jurisdiction in a suit filed by the People's Democratic Party faction of the Ekiti State House of Assembly by challenging the planned impeachment of Governor Ayodele Fayose. Lawyer to the All Progressives Congress, APC, in the Ekiti State House of Assembly, had challenged the jurisdiction of the court to hear the suit on the grounds that it is an abuse of court process. However, the lawyers of the People's Democratic Party, who opposed the application, asked the court to alternatively transfer the case to the Ekiti State Division of the Federal High Court so that all parties can have their day in court. A 20-year-old man, Sadiq Suleiman, yesterday appeared before an Ikeja High Court for allegedly procuring abortion for his 15-year-old lover who died in the process. The defendant is facing a one-count charge of manslaughter brought against him by the Lagos State government, for which he pleaded not guilty. According to the charge, Sadiq Suleiman, on or before December 11, 2012, did unlawfully kill the girl, whose names have been withheld, by procuring abortion for her. At the resumed hearing, a witness, Sergeant Elizabeth Oshikonlu, told the presiding judge, Justice Gaye Jose, that the matter was referred to her after one Femi Adeboiga came to the station to report the defendant, who had impregnated his niece and gave her drugs to abort the 5-month-old pregnancy. According to her, the defendant admitted having sexual intercourse with the deceased sometime in October 2012 and gave her 2 tablets to prevent the pregnancy. The media update is reaching you from RoyalFM 95.1. Ilorin, still to come, news on the foreign scene and sports stories. To stay with us. Welcome back. You're still listening to the media update on RoyalFM 95.1. Ilorin. On the foreign scene, Libyan political factions have called for the urgent formation of a national unity government in their war-torn country, wrapping up 2 days of talks in Algeria that the United Nations sponsors have called positive. Their final declaration came a day after United Nations Libya envoy told them the country really is at the limit and risks becoming a failed state. Libya plunged into chaos after a 2011 NATO-backed uprising toppled and killed longtime dictator Muammar Gaddafi, with heavily armed former rebels carving out their own formations across the country. At the same time, 2 sets of parliaments and governments have been contending for the control over the country, where Islamic State jihadist group have recently made major inroads. The declaration expressed concern about the upsurge in terrorist acts and the IS takeover of some territory, with the imminent danger it poses to the stability and security of the country. Officials say Chinese hackers are suspected of carrying out a massive breach of the personal data of nearly 4 million U.S. government workers. The Office of Personnel Management confirmed that both current and past employees had been affected. The breach could potentially affect every federal agency. United States officials say the hackers are believed to be based in China. However, Beijing has responded by calling such claims irresponsible. And now sports in brief. After being named winners of the MasterCard Gold Celebration Contest, 2 football-loving children from Nigeria will be part of a MasterCard priceless experience this weekend as official player mascots of the UEFA Champions League finals at the Olympia Stadium in Berlin. The 2 winners, Abba Ahmed and Jordan Uba, will walk through the tunnel and onto the pitch, escorting star players from FC Barcelona and Juventus. The player mascots will also experience the buzz and excitement of the pre-match build-up, which includes access to the tunnel, a practice run-out, and collection of the official match-day uniform. Serena Williams remains on course to win her 3rd French Open title after overcoming Timur Bacsinszky in 3 sets in the semi-finals. Williams had to come from a set down, losing the first 6-4 before overpowering the number 23 seed 6-3, 6-0 to advance to a second Roland Garros final in 3 years. The world number 1 needs 3 more Grand Slam titles to equal Steffi Graf's record of 22 titles. Williams will face Australian Open champion Lucy Safarova in the finals on Saturday after the Czech star defeated Anya Ivanovic 7-5, 7-5 earlier today. Well, that's it on the media update. It was compiled by Dada Bamishi. Join us at 6 p.m. on the news around the globe. For your comments, observation, and information regarding unfolding events around you, kindly contact Royal FM Newsroom on 0805 499 968. I am Adirayo Dada. Good afternoon.